about the industry, I learned that from him. Uh, I was with his company, and today from that company, we have so many leaders who are leaders in other companies today. He has mentored so many people. And there is this training that we can't forget. There's no way, because as a result of that training, we've been able to apply most of the things we've learned from those training today. If it wasn't that training, I know some of us who are making it now would be like those boys, those other general manager. You know, there are two kinds of general manager who has so much money but has no investment. And so we are so excited. This training is going to open our mind to why it's very important for us to know where our money is going and how to be financially free, at the same time financial intelligence in all ramifications. And so I want to, because of time, I want to call up our boss. So we have Adiolu Akiemi, the boss of all bosses.
Thank
Many
you.
of you guys are calling me the boss of all bosses. Is the boss of all bosses. When boss get boss. That's why we're out here. So yeah, welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to go, right into it today. We have 1 hour today, and then we'll take another 1 hour later. I want to welcome everyone who is here today. Charles Tambo is very, very heavy in my hands. So if he asks me to jump, I ask how high. It's been a very interesting day for me. But when I told my wife I had a meeting tonight, she's like, really? You should be resting. I said, no, I'll do this. So I hope you can all hear me. If you are here today and you can hear me, just type 222 in that chat box. Let me know that you can hear me. So let me know that we're all here and can hear. Okay, I can see Azuka Odika. That's number 1 in this class. And then Sarah, number 2. Okay, good. I can see the 222 rolling in. Very good. Now, this is not a very conventional topic because this is not something that people really pay attention to. People don't know that there is, that financial education is a worthwhile investment. People don't know what they don't know. And I tell people there is ignorance and there's stupid. And confident ignorance is a higher level of stupidity than normal stupidity. So if you don't know and you are confident in your ignorance, then you are exhibiting a level of intelligence that should respect people that they call stupid. Now, unfortunately, many of us live our lives ignorant about financial education and confident because we are earning well. Today, I want to burst a few balloons. Okay, I want to be able to share some knowledge, share some insight with us, to bring our heads into a place where we can begin to purposefully relate with money. Okay, where we can begin to purposefully relate with money in terms of making it, in terms of multiplying it, in terms of managing it. And I hope that today we will shift a few paradigms. So there's been ways in which we have thought about money before that I'm hoping will change and shift today. And it will alter the way you will approach your business. Some of us are doing business, a bit casually. Some of us are doing business like we have options. Today, by the time we're done with this training, you will realize that whatever it is your hand finds to do, you need to do with all your might, because there is a goal you need to have that you need to be aware of. And I'm sharing these things on the back of my own personal experience over the course of the last 14 years. And I will share a little of my story with you as we progress. But I like to make this class interactive, and I have a slide I'd like to share. So I think we are on Disrupt 3.0. So I'm going to be sharing exclusively what I have for this particular Disrupt class with you. So permit me to share my slides, and then we will take it on from there. I hope you can see my slides. I'm going to be talking about a number of things, so I'd like you to see that very boldly. Okay, so today we're talking about Disrupt. Okay, we're talking about Disrupt. We're Disrupt 3.0. I want to address a few interesting things today. So I'd like you to just follow me on this exciting journey. I want to ensure that I can see the comments as we push the comments in as well. So I'm going to have a chat box somewhere where I can see it. and then we'll rock and roll with this. Now, financial intelligence is something that is very, very important to learn. But today, as an icebreaker, I like to do this icebreaker to just see how aware of what is happening in our environment are we. So I'm going to show you a picture. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture, and on this picture we have 10 people. Okay, and I'm going to number them. This person here is number 1. This lady here is number 2. This guy smiling here is number 3. The guy in front of the microphone is number 4. The guy with Adam's apple here is number 5. The guy with U 2.0 under him is number 6. The guy with the beard and mustache is number 7. The guy with spiky hair and the white face here is number 8. The guy that is opening his mouth and smiling very widely is number 9. And the guy with spectacles with the red tie is number 10. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and anybody who is able to get my question first, okay, wins a little gift that I will pass across through Boss Charles. So please note the people who answer me first. Okay, I am concerned about first. So first of all, I'd like to ask, who is number 5? If you know number 5, I'd like to see the first answer for who is number 5. Anybody here knows number 5? Okay, somebody says Ronaldinho is the wrong answer. Somebody says C. Ronaldo, wrong answer. Somebody says Ronaldinho, wrong answer. Somebody says C. Ronaldo, wrong answer. I want the full name, ladies and gentlemen. The full name of number 5, Cristiano Ronaldo. The answer goes to Amara Arinze. Please help me put your hands together for Amara Arinze. Is Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, well done. Now, I'm going to ask a second question about Cristiano Ronaldo. In Naira, today, how much does he earn per week? How much does he earn per week in Naira? Anybody? How much does Cristiano Ronaldo earn per week in Naira? Don't worry, because I know you can use different rates, like 384, like 370. You can use all those kind of rates. I will permit a range. Based on how much he earns per euro today, how much does he earn per week? Wilfred Mokugo says 370 million naira. Is that correct? Is there anybody else with another answer? How much does he earn on a weekly basis? He is a footballer, yeah? So he plays football. Someone says 380 million naira. Anybody else? Anybody else with another answer? Okay, I don't know what exchange rates you are using, but these numbers are scary. I'm talking about weekly income. Somebody else says 420 million naira. Are you sure about that? His current earning, his current salary on a weekly basis is how much? I have not seen the number I'm looking for. Okay, I can see numbers that are closer to that reality. It will be Eric, you're not there yet, but you're close. Charlie, I can see we're moving close. Okay, so I'm sure the numbers are very interesting out there based on the ranges, but somewhere anywhere between 150 and 250 million will have scored it for me. Okay, but that's good. I'm just basically helping us to exercise ourselves. So if I'm going to give it to anybody today, I can give it to Chinwe Ogboyi as the answer for that question. So who is number, so let's look at this. Who is number 8? Who knows number 8? You know number 8? Answer to number 8. Who is number 8? Yeah? Who is number 8? What's his name? The guy number 8, what's his name and where is he from? What's his name and where is he from? Okay, I know that's going to be tough for a few people. Basically, it's just a check of awareness. Good. Austin Lowan says it's Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a good answer. Queen is saying from California. Nope, it's not from California. I like somebody else who knows where he's from. He's from 2 countries. He's originally from one and he relocated to another one. Where is he from and where did he relocate to? South Africa. Okay, Austin Awan also got that as well. He's from South Africa and he relocated somewhere else. So today they don't really associate him with South Africa so much. He's associated with somewhere else. Where is that place? Anybody knows? No, Canada. I believe that's Canada. Okay, so thank you very much. As Austin Lawan gets the point for that one. Well done. What is there any interesting thing about him recently? One interesting thing about him is that the wealth of his company was able to grow over the lockdown and pandemic period from 25 billion to 100 billion. That's how big they grew the organization over the space, Tesla, over the space of this 6 months pandemic break, they had a times 4 of their business in that same time. Okay, that's something very interesting about Elon Musk. Does anybody know number 10? Number 10. Number 10, anybody with number 10? Number 10 on that page is who? Who is number 10? And don't worry, we're just basically doing warm up. We're doing warm up. You should know this. Good, Warren Buffett. Okay, Chinwe says Warren Buffett, excellent. Okay, who is Warren Buffett? Does anybody else know who Warren Buffett is? So Chinwe gets Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, what does he do? What's he known for? What is he called? Somebody says a philanthropist. Nope, that's not who he is. He can do some philanthropy, but this is good. He's one of the world's best investor. Warren Buffett is an investor. He has stakes in almost all the key big companies in the world. He is a billionaire in dollars. He's one of the top richest people in the world, and he does it by investing. He has investments in Coca-Cola. He has investments in Microsoft. He has investments in, the general, almost the key essentials in the value chain. He's they call him the, is it the Wizard of Omaha, or they call him the Oracle of Omaha. So it's from this little village in America where he gives an annual report every year of the state of the stocks. And if you invested $1,500 with him about 30, 40 years ago, you will be a multimillionaire in dollars today. Yeah, so he's built consistently over time. He's an investor par excellence. Okay, who knows number 3? Anybody knows number 3? Who is number 3? Number 3. Anybody with number 3? Good, Charlie, very good. Number 3 is Jack Ma. Okay, and who is Jack Ma? Anybody? Who is Jack Ma? Who is Jack Ma? Okay, somebody says Alibaba CEO. Somebody says Alibaba owner. Jack Ma is the richest man in China. He's a Chinese billionaire. He's actually the richest man in China. He's on the top list of richest people in the world. And he heads Alibaba. Alibaba is, so to speak, what you'll see like as a competitor for like Amazon, and they're doing amazing things. Okay, good. Okay, who knows number 2? Now, anybody who knows number 2, you get 2 points for number 2. Number 2 is 2 points. You know number 2. Yeah, number 2, I know that will be tough, and I can peg it here at number 2. I know number 2 will be tough. I know number 9 will be tough. I know number 6 will be interesting. So let's go. If you know number 2, if you know number 6, if you know number 9, number 269, 269, 269. Do you know number 2? Do you know number 6? Do you know number 9? Okay, anybody with number 2? Okay. Ed Sheeran is number 9. Okay, good. Ed Sheeran is a musician. Good. And is the one that sang some very, very lovely, some of the most viewed videos on YouTube was sung by this young man, Ed Sheeran. He has loads of followership on YouTube. He has amazing works he has done. If you've listened to the song, I'm in love with the shape of you, that was Ed Sheeran. Where my feet, how do they sing the song? This song for the oldies, yeah? He writes and he sings. I'll still be loving you until you're 70. He's the one that also that song as well. It's a lovely, lovely singer. Anybody else? Number 2? Number 2 is actually one of the top richest women in the world. Arguably number 1 currently. Number 1 richest woman in the world. Okay, that's Alice Watson. Is a daughter of the founder of Walmart. So even though Walmart has left the scene, his children are still one of the richest people in the world, not by virtue of merely their work, but by virtue of the wealth created by their father and the fact that they've been able to sustain it. So Alice Walton is one of the richest women in the world today, on the account of that. So Alice Walton, that's number 2. Okay, I didn't see that you got number 2. Did I see you write it? I didn't see you write it. Yeah, I saw Walmart daughter. Okay, is Alice Walton. Okay, Alice Walton. And number 6, does anybody know number 7? So number 6 is yes, of course. Number 6 is yours truly. You're looking at number 6. Number 7. Number 7 is good. Number 7 is Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry became a billionaire during this pandemic. It was announced a few weeks ago, or a few days ago, that he has, entered into the billionaire category. It was worth $150 million when I checked him out last year. Today is worth $1 billion. He's a movie producer, he's an actor, he's a writer, he's doing a variety of things. He's an amazing guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, this is just a basic exercise. If you're as well going to be talking about money, then we better be able to at least look at the people who have made some, who are doing some things with money, who are interacting with money, and begin to get familiar and cozy with this kind of discussions. So today we're going to talk about very, very interesting things. And today is about you, okay? It's not about Tyler Perry. It's not about Warren Buffett. It's not about Ellison. It's not about Walton. It's not about, Jack Ma. It's not about Bill Gates. It's not about the richest man in the world today, the founder of Amazon. It's not about those guys. It's about you. And how are you doing? How are you living out your own journey with money? How are you living it out? What should you be aware of? And how can you become financially intelligent? I am hoping that today we will turn on light bulbs, okay? We will literally turn on light bulbs in people's minds as you get to be able to see some of the things that you have not paid attention to before now, and then you can begin to make necessary changes. Now, let's tell ourselves a few quick truths about money, and then I'll tell you my story. Now, these are very disturbing facts. These are facts that you need to know are facts, and you need to begin to walk with to move yourself forward. Now, research shows that the average millionaire achieves the status in 17 years. Not when they are 17 years old, but when they commit themselves to a process of becoming millionaires, it takes the average person 17 years to make it happen. And if I'm talking about millionaires, make no mistakes, I'm not talking in Naira, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking in dollars, okay? And this is how much time it takes. It takes time to become a millionaire. Somebody's asking, could you zoom to on your screen? I hope you can see my screen, okay? I hope it's clear to you. Can you see? Is it clear to you? I'm zooming as much as I can. Okay, good. So the average person becomes a millionaire in 17 years. It takes 17 years to become a millionaire averagely. Fewer than 10% of Americans, and I'm using American statistics because we have those data, we have that data there, and we can basically iterate for Nigeria. Fewer than 10% of Americans nearing retirement have sufficient funds in their retirement plan to support their current lifestyle. Now, listen to that. Out of every 10 Americans that you see, only one of them has enough money in their retirement plan to support their current lifestyle. The same is true for Nigeria. In fact, in Nigeria, less than 10%. And what does this mean? It means that when people finally get to the age when they can no longer work, they will suffer, because suffering is not that you have hardship. Suffering is that you are forced to step down your lifestyle because you cannot afford it. I tell people, somebody who has never had money doesn't feel bad for not having money. Somebody who has had money, who now doesn't have money anymore, recognizes the pains of not having because once upon a time they had. Okay, I tell people it is better to maintain life at a general low level than to go high and experience bad. Okay, it tells on you because your lifestyle drops, the things you could do, you can't do no more, and it fills people with regret. Now, it says here that less than 1 in 10, okay, have enough money in their retirement to take care of their current lifestyle. In Nigeria, we have equal ratios as well. For people who are working in civil service, who are working in the government, who are doing those kind of things, they recognize as well that what you are having for your retirement benefits is actually like less than 1/3 of what you need to sustain your current lifestyle. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are waiting for your retirement bonus or you're waiting to turn 65 before you pay attention to financial intelligence, you are preparing yourself for suffering. Okay? In America, 61% of society live from paycheck to paycheck, meaning that before the monthly salary is over, they are already anticipating the next one. Before they collect the money, they spend like half. After they collect the money, they spend another half very quickly. Before the month ends, the money runs out before the month runs out, paycheck to paycheck. Now, in my giving presentations over the course of the last 12 years, where I've been driving this actively, I have interacted with hundreds of thousands of people in over 5,000, 10,000 presentations around the world. And I can tell you for a fact that more than 80% of the crowd that I've ever spoken to have always agreed that they live from paycheck to paycheck. Now here it says over 40% of families live on 110% of their income. That means people are living above how much they are earning. You know, I once asked a young man, how much do you earn? He told me the amount. I said, how much you spend? He told me the amount. And I said, you are spending more than you are earning. He said, yes. I said, what is responsible? He said, my brother, not God. Oh. You know, God becomes the destination of our bastard excuses. We blame it on God and say, God is the one that is performing the wonders, that is making me spend more than I'm earning. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to pay attention to what you're earning. You need to pay attention to what you're spending. You need to pay attention to your finances. Otherwise, you may find yourself in the grind of statistics. You may find yourself in these disturbing statistics and disturbing ratios. If you don't track your budget and your expenses, you haven't started yet. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to me today and you cannot tell me very definitively that this is how much I earn and this is how much I spend on a monthly basis, this journey onto financial intelligence has not even started. Okay, extra income is not a nice to have, it is a must to have. And I'm going to show you very quickly why you need extra income, why you need to pay attention to your current portfolio and look at your personal finances and ask yourself, how can I do this better? How can I ensure that I'm not living from hand to mouth, but I'm really deliberate about how I'm spending. Now, this is a research I stumbled on many years ago. It was a survey of 100 people from the age of 25 to when they were 65. So their lives were viewed for 40 years. And after 40 years, they went to research this same 25-year-olds who had become 65, reviewed them again, and they discovered for 25 people who are on their career path, who are gainfully employed many years ago, by the time they evaluated them again, they discovered something very interesting. 54 out of 100 had become financially dependent. What does this mean? It means 1 in every 2. What does this mean? It means in this class of 62 people, aside of me, when the lives are evaluated in a few years from now, statistics says that half of this class will become financially dependent. Can you type in that window, not my portion? Type in that window, not my portion, not my portion, not my portion. But 54% have become financially dependent at 65. Okay, I can see that it's not Charlie's portion. Okay, and I tell people typically, when it's not your portion, believe me, it is the portion of the person sitting next to you, because if it's 50% and you take yourself out of the equation, you just pass the equation back to them. Okay, now in case you feel that 54 out of 100 is such a big number of people that have become financially dependent, let's look at what the rest had become. 16 out of 100 were still working. Okay, they were retired, but they were not tired. They were no longer, getting the job where they used to get the job. So they left there and they went somewhere else to work. They were fired as principal. They took on a job as headmaster. They were fired as chief security officer, and then they took up the job of security officer somewhere else. They've retired from one place and then they continued somewhere else, or they had lecturers, they became professors, and then they became some kind of professors, still working at 65, 67, 68, 69. 16% were still working. When they checked these people, 24% were already dead. In America, life expectancy is 65 years. In Nigeria, life expectancy is about 52 years. For women, 51, I think, for men. Okay, it means that it is very likely that in Nigeria, more than 24 would have died. Okay, 5% were independent, and only 1 in 100 in the most entrepreneurial nation in the world had become financially free at 65. After 40 years, ladies and gentlemen, only 1 in 100 had become financially free. After 40 years, only 1 in 100 had become financially free. The question today I'm asking you is why? Why do you think that happened? Why do you think that happens to people in a country where entrepreneurship is crucial, in a country where people do businesses, in a country notorious for entrepreneurship? People are singing, people are doing music, people are hustling on the streets, people are selling stuff. There's entrepreneurship, available everywhere. Why is 1 in 100 financially free? I'll tell you today, because you only begin to pursue something that is clear to you. If a goal is not clear to you, you're not likely to pursue it. Many of us went to school, and what we learned from school was if you go to school, get a good grade, get out of school, get a good job. When you get a good job, make good money, get a wife, buy a house, buy a car, live happily ever after, and then give your children best education, and then die. Many of us don't understand that our goal needs to be that we want to become financially free. Many of us don't even understand what financial freedom means. Many of us are doing our work, but basically just working and earning and spending. We are living to earn and living to spend. We have no clue what to do with the finances in our hands. We're jumping from an HYIP to HYIP. That's high yield investment program, running from pillar to post. We make the money, and then one moment we've made it, and that moment is gone. We are not consciously channeling our resources and our energies in the direction of where it should be. Why? Because we don't know better. I tell people, ladies and gentlemen, what you don't know, if you don't know that you don't know, then who will teach you? Somebody says, and I like the quote, ignorance of one's ignorance is the minimum qualification required in the College of Fools. Minimum ignorance of one's ignorance is the minimum qualification required for admission into the College of Fools. If you don't know and you don't know that you don't know, congratulations, you have gained admission into the College of Fools. Now, the first thing that happens to you that shocks you, and I want to shock you tonight, is bring you to a place where you become conscious of your ignorance. So, and that's called awareness. So when knowledge comes in, you realize, what have I been doing with my money? What have I been doing with my life? What have I been building towards? Because it happened to me. And, you know, it's still in a bit to get us relaxed out. I'll tell you a little story. You can see a story here in front of me. I say it's a genuine prayer. Okay. Story. Once upon a time. I saw happen in the jungle, and I like to tell this story. I tell this story to say, look, the difference we're going to make today, there's a decision that we need to make. And in this jungle, very early in the morning, the lion rose up to pray. You can see the lion clasping his hands together in deep prayers. And the lion prayed and said, dear God, it's been 3 days that I ate last. I have not eaten anything for 3 days now. I need food. If I don't eat today, I will surely die. God, I don't want to die. Please provide me with food. Let me go out today. Let me find something to eat. Let my joy be full. Let there be food. Let me find something to eat. Anything that is living and breathing, oh God. But God, you said we should be specific and make our request known. God, I would like to have a zebra today. Give me a lovely, fleshy, delicious zebra. Let me sight it. Let me chase it and catch it, and your name, Lord, will be glorified. At the end of today, I will come back to give praises to your name. And the people of God said, amen. And while the lion was praying and agonizing and shedding tears, knowing that he had not eaten for 3 days and he was about to die, somewhere else, 5 a.m. in the corner of the same jungle, a zebra also rose up to pray. And this zebra started with singing. This zebra said, early in the morning before the sunrise, sing in the morning, oh, early in the morning, sing before the sunrise, sing in the morning, oh, I will sing in the morning to my Lord, I will sing in the morning, oh, and he sang. And he said, God, I will enter your gates with thanksgiving in my heart. I will enter your courts with praise. God, I am grateful that the reason why I'm alive is because you have preserved me. Oh, what will have the wicked, what will they have said about me? But because your eyes are watching over me, because you give your angels charge over me, that's why I can stroll around in this forest, carefree in the care of God, knowing that you watch over me. Today I come before you again with thanksgiving in my lips and gratitude in my heart. And I say that today you will watch over me again. That today every evil eye that looks at me, fire. And the zebra prayed and said, God, deliver me. And they both went about their various businesses. They prayed, and then they went on their sojourn. And ladies and gentlemen, in the morning, the lion went around, no food. In the morning, the zebra went around, enough thanksgiving because no accidents, no coincidences, nothing happened to take the zebra off its course. It was just roaming around in the forest, eating green grass and having fun. And then the day progressed, and all of a sudden around 5 p.m., when the day was gradually winding down, the lion all of a sudden, just with the head, facing down and moving around and wondering what's going on, all of a sudden looked up. And as he looked up, he sighted a zebra. And as he sighted a zebra, he sent a prayer to heaven and said, God, remember your promise. And then the lion began to run towards the direction of the zebra. And as soon as the zebra caught a whiff of the lion, the zebra sent prayer to heaven and said, God, your servant is giving you thanks. And the zebra began to run, and the lion began to pursue after. The zebra was running, and the lion was aggressively chasing the zebra. And as the lion was chasing the lion was saying, it is finished. It is finished. And the zebra was running. The zebra was saying, God, you will deliver me yet again. And the zebra ran, and the lion pursued. And as the zebra was going, the lion was closing in. And the zebra was running, and the lion was closing in. And all of a sudden, the zebra turned around to look at the lion, and the lion jumped. And as the zebra turned back to look, he didn't see a shrub in front of it, and he tripped and he fell. And as soon as he fell, the lion pounced. And as the lion pounced, the lion was about to pounce and grab the zebra. And guess what? Heaven paused the scene. So you have the lion hanging in the air, the zebra falling on his feet, about to pounce and about to make things happen. And then the angel in charge of this particular transaction decided to pause the scene and say, let us come to Disrupt 3.0. And let's ask for the people's votes, which animal they want to survive, or which animal they want heaven to answer their prayers, so that they can decide whether the lion lives or the zebra dies. So ladies and gentlemen, all in favor of lion type lion, all in favor of zebra type zebra, as we determine the fate of the animal that will die today. I can see Sarah Uche laughing. Please, all in support of zebra, all in support of lion. I can see zebra already. Queen Winnie is saying zebra. Mary Adediji is saying both. I need a zebra or a lion from you. Ghost time Chinemela is zebra. Zebra 2, lion 0. Zebra 3, lion 0. Zebra 4, lion 0. Zebra 5, lion 0. Zebra 6, lion 1. Zebra 7, lion 1. Zebra 8, lion 1. Zebra 9, lion 2. Zebra 10, lion 2. Zebra 11, lion still 2. Wow, lions are suffering in this place. Zebra. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can see the lions are slow coaches here. They're the ones voting later. we have the zebras voting first. Ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you today, heaven's vote will not go for what we vote for in this class. Okay? I like the quote that says, fortune favors the bold. The animal whose prayer God will answer, ladies and gentlemen, is the one who did well in their special elective compulsory course, Running 101. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can outrun your adversary, you will have them as lunch. And if you can outrun the person that is pursuing you, you will cause them to starve to death. Ladies and gentlemen, when Nigeria is playing Brazil, Brazilians are praying for Brazil, Nigerians are praying for Nigeria. The team that wins the match is the one that is most prepared. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's not subject to our last minute urgent request or our early morning request. It is what we do when we are awake that makes us a recipient of what God has planned. The course that every animal must learn in the jungle is called Running 101. Every animal have their own special electives. Okay, for carnivores, there's a course they must learn called mythology. They must learn and understand how meat works. They must learn, the tiger will teach his children, don't chase rats, don't chase rodents. Our destiny is not to chase crickets. Go for zebra, go for antelopes, go for this kind of flesh. This is what we eat, and this is how we eat. Okay, that's the lion teaching his children, or the zebra teaching, or the leopard teaching his children mythology. Okay, the zebra also teaches children, and the antelope, they teach their children what they call herbology. They will say this one is poisonous, this one is delicious, this one is Congulico pilosa, this one is Overia chame, this one is Colocytis citrulus, this one is Insucadrilus imbae, this one is Oryza sativa. These are the various herbs in the desert, and this is the one you should eat, this is the one you should not eat. This one is Hibiscus esculentus, this one is Carica papaya, this one is, all those botanical names. So the herbivores teach their children herbology. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a unified course that every animal must take. That course is called Running 101. It's a survival skill. It is required to stay ahead of who will eat you. It's a requirement to stay in step with who you want to eat. Ladies and gentlemen, in the jungle, the course that unites them all is running. So when you find yourself in the jungle, you must learn how to run. You must get leverage to run. Now, in the human jungle of our living existence, ladies and gentlemen, some of you studied medicine, some of you studied chemistry, some of you studied biology, some of you studied arts, some of you studied history, some of you studied government. Many of us studied different things. We have different courses that we did. Okay, but there's something that unites all of us together, and it unites all of us together today. Whether you are a doctor or the patient, whether you are the engineer or the mechanic, whether you are the one whose car has problem or the one that is just fixed, either you are the technical engineer who put on who is working at the mast and making sure that the phones can connect, or you are the one who is using it to connect yourself with other people. Whatever your preoccupation, all of us have one unified interaction. It is with money. Okay, whoever you are today, you are alive and well and listening to me today, you have spent money. So the course that we all need to become versatile with, unfortunately, is financial intelligence, and many of us are not versatile about it at all. Many of us have no understanding of how our finances should be structured. We have no understanding what the balance sheet looks like. We have no understanding what profit and loss statement looks like. We have no understanding of where we should put our resources. How do we become financially free? What should be our financial goal? What should I be aiming for? How should I organize and structure my life? What passion must I carry on with my business? And what objective do I want to achieve? Ladies and gentlemen, in the jungle, they learn how to run. Out here in the jungle of human existence, you need to learn financial intelligence. And ladies and gentlemen, when you've learned it, one of the key things you also realize with this course, which you're about to learn today, is called leverage. Look at the zebra, look at the lion. Who do you think is going to go hungry today? Who do you think is going to go hungry when this zebra is riding a power bike? Who do you think goes hungry? The lion will go hungry. Why? Because the zebra has realized that my legs alone may not be enough. I need to learn the game of leverage. Leverage. And ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to learn about leverage. We're going to learn about financial intelligence. We're going to learn what exactly should be our goal. We're going to shift a few paradigms. And I always tell Charles, we never have enough time for some of this, but we have enough time to at least lay some preliminary foundations and get us, going and on track to becoming financially free. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get you involved in this, and I want to start with you with my own story. So here was I. Okay, this is my name is Adeolu Akiyemi. In case I've not introduced myself, my name is Adeolu Akiyemi. I came from an average background, nothing wealthy about my background. You call it, lower or upper lower class or lower middle class. Is where I grew up. My father was a teacher. My mother, a nurse. My father was teaching fine arts. My mother was a nurse. I went to school. I got, specially privileged, graced by God. I went to school on the back of, it was easy to access where my parents, my father was teaching. So I was a student there. Of course, I passed to get there. I remember scoring 309 in common entrance back in the days, being taken on national merit from my state. I got into federal government scholarship by SS1, and I was on scholarship SS1, scholarship SS2, scholarship SS3. In university as well, I went to study electrical and electronics engineering. I was privileged to be a Shell scholar, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. I got another scholarship part 5 from, I believe it was WAPCO Cement. So I was in scholarship for about, 8 years in my schooling career. So I had the opportunity of having other people pay my school fees. That meant I didn't have to burden my parents so much because my parents weren't really earning much. I had the opportunity of knowing what their salaries were, and I didn't know how they managed to raise 4 of us and send us to school. So it was a delight to be able to release my burden from their burden. And, life will be favorable to me. God will be good to me. I finished from school 2001. And before my NYSC will come, I got my first job. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, my very first job was as the recruiting and training manager for a multinational company. I got the opportunity of working with an American company that had existed for 140 years. 137 years before I joined them. They had existed for that long. They had over 100,000 staff around the world, and I was hired to be the recruiting and training manager for West Africa. It was after I got my letter of appointment that I asked them a very stupid question. Okay, I asked my HR director, who was Irish and English, Lynn McDonald. I'm sure she's still alive somewhere in the world today. I asked her, Madam, what will happen when they call me for NYSC? And she was just shocked and said, Adeolu, you mean you haven't served? I said, no, I haven't served. He said, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure. I haven't served. Now, it was a stupid question because, maybe I should have just kept quiet. But guess what? After I said, yeah, Adeolu, give me a few minutes. Let me go and check what this means. I'm not a Nigerian. I'm new here. I didn't know that you are not served. I felt you are ready to go fully. I didn't know anything about service. Let me go and find out. This is the 1 year compulsory military service. You haven't done it? I said, no, I haven't done it. And then she went away, came back. I said, no, Jiolo, no problem. We're still going to give you the same job, but we're going to change the wordings to be legally correct. We're going to make it into something that looks like an internship. When NYSC starts, please make sure you can continue your work if you're in Lagos. And this and this and this. To cut the long story short, I was earning the same salary. I had the opportunity of getting a first job that gave me more than my father and my mother put together as their salaries, my first job. I had more than their salaries as my combined salary. I watched that good salary multiply by 10 over the course of the next 5 years. So I was growing from September 5 to April 31st, 2006. I was on a very interesting financial trajectory. But ladies and gentlemen, I had no financial intelligence. I had business acumen. I had academic intelligence. I had spiritual intelligence. I had social intelligence. You know, I tell people I had all of these intelligences, but none of them atones for lack of financial intelligence. If you are not financially intelligent, you will bungle money. You will bungle it. You will find out that after working hard and growing your income, at the end of your fantastic income, you will be an ABB, acting big boy, or an ABG, acting big girl. All you will have to show for it is a high income, high expense account. If you're not careful, your balance sheet will be naked like mine was, and you will realize that you are not being financially intelligent. I tell people, one of the reasons why this course is compulsory, why you need to learn this and become a part of the process of teaching this, is because people are unconsciously ignorant. And when you don't know that you don't know, somebody needs to bring you into awareness. And there are 4 levels of consciousness. So you're unconsciously ignorant, and then you become conscious, or what they call it, you're unconsciously incompetent. Okay, so unconscious and incompetent. And then somebody brings you into awareness, you become consciously incompetent. So today I'm hoping that if you're unconsciously incompetent, you become consciously incompetent today. And then after training, you become consciously competent. And then after a lot of training and practice and experience, you become unconsciously competent. It gets to a level where, you know, the same way you drive without thinking, the same way you don't look at the rearview mirror digitally, you know, you're just fluid with the way you handle the gear, you're fluid with the way you drive the car, you already have mastered and gained mastery. That's where I want you to get to with your finances. But my journey was, I discovered after working for 5 years, almost 5 years, that I was a financial imbecile. I had no bearings on exactly what I needed to be doing. I was earning, I was spending, I was buying, I was using. I wasn't bad, I wasn't womanizing, I wasn't drinking, I didn't have vices. I was okay in every other way, but financially I bungled it. If I bungled it, welcome to my world. If you don't know if you're bungling it, you will know before we end this class. So this class, I want to end this class with a financial checkup. And then when I come tomorrow, by God's grace, I will be taking you on 2 paradigms you need to shift. There are 8 paradigms. I'll take you on 1, and I'll see if I can take you on the second one before we wrap up for this class. If you are hearing me and I am talking to you, and you are hearing me and it is entering into your head and it is touching your heart, and this is about you and for you, can you type yes in that chat box before we quickly do today's checkup? You know, and I say, we want to do a financial checkup because many of us, you know, poor people don't do health checkup. Yeah. Poor people just die. You know, when I was young, they tell me, high blood pressure is the disease of poor people, is the disease of rich people. Poor people don't have high blood pressure. You know why? Because poor people don't diagnose themselves. They don't go for checkup. Rich people go for checkup. They know what is wrong with them and they eventually die, but they take care of it. They try to take care of it. Poor people, just after a brief illness, suddenly die. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are going to live financially well and healthy, then one of the things you need to do is from time to time check where you are, check how it's going, check how you're doing, and take necessary steps. There are steps you need to take. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care how much you are earning. How much you are earning will go to waste if you don't learn what you're about to learn. How much you're earning, you will squander it if you don't learn what you're about to learn. It doesn't matter how hard you're working, you may not even earn as much as you earn, because it will be a waste from the universe to bequeath to you wealth that you cannot manage. So God is also looking at you as well. And forgive me mentioning God. Somebody says, Pastor Coach. Amen. But forgive me, this world didn't bang itself into existence. There's somebody behind the scenes that created the world, and that person is paying attention. And he knows that you cannot afford to get what you don't know how to manage, otherwise it'll be a waste. Jack Ma, who is not a Christian, doesn't share the same faith with me, said something very remarkable. He said, if you have $1 million, maybe that's your money. He said, but when you have $1 billion, you must know that it's not your money. That you must know that the universe has made you a custodian. The universe has put the money in your hand in trust, that you will take care of the people who otherwise will need the money. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are wealthy, it is because you are a channel. You are supposed to be an aggregating point for some particular value. If you don't learn these lessons, you will not have resources. I tell people, understand this very clearly. People get what they have based on the evaluation of their ability. I like a very interesting proverb very well in scripture that says, he gave them talents according to their abilities. Where you are today is clearly what you are qualified for. You are broke because you deserve it. If you're going to get out of your brokenness, it will be because you have learned something new that has moved you from unconscious ignorance into a place where you become aware and you become a judicious user of this resource. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt that you are destined to be wealthy and rich, is why you are listening to me today. So I'd like us to have an evaluation of where we are, because if you're going to get to where I desire that you be, you first of all need to be clear about where you are. I tell people, nobody can help you to describe where you're going to you if they don't have clarity about where you are. I tell people, somebody once called me one day and said, sir, please guide me. I want to go to the general hospital. And I said, you want to go to general hospital? Just take a bus. And I said, a bus from where? There's no bus where I am. So what does that mean? I can't guide you if I don't know where you are. So I said, where are you? He said, I'm at the federal government college. Okay, at the federal government college? Okay, so you have to take this vehicle, take this vehicle. Is that enough information for me to direct him? No. I directed him, gave him all the directions, and then he said, I've been asking the bosses, they don't know where you asked me to get to. And I said, which FGC are you in? And I'm talking to this person from Lagos. And then the person says, no, I'm in Sokoto. I'm like, you're in Sokoto? That's the information you should have given me first. I cannot help you if I don't know where you're coming from. I cannot guide you to where you're going if I don't have a clear picture of where you are. So the first thing we like to do is establish where you are. So take a sheet of paper, take a book, take a sheet of paper anywhere you are, and write down the letters A, B, C, D, E. Write them from top to bottom, A, B, C, D, E. Your answers by the side will be a number, and the letters will be, so you write them this way, A, B, C, D, E. You can see mine. You can see there, A, B, C, D, E. So you write the answers beside it. And I want us to do this very quickly. So if you are done, just say with me, just write in that window, A. If you are written A, B, C, D, E, just write A. Okay, good. Charlie is done. Charlie is my fastest student here today. Okay, Charlie. Okay, good. A, good. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Question A, question B, question C, question D, question E. And each question will have an answer, and the answer will be in numbers. So your answer can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Your answer can be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can be A1, it can be A2, A3, or A4. It can be B1, B2, B3, B4. It can be C1, C2, C3, C4. It can be D1, D2, D3, D4. It can be E1, E2, E3, E4. I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and there'll be answer options. Okay, good. So we're going to start this very quickly with question A. Okay, and I think I'm going to do something to ensure you don't go to the next question before it's time to go to the next question. So let's do this. Question A. It says, at the rate at which you are going, now these are very delicate questions. It says, at the rate at which you are going, using what you have as savings today and in real assets as a basis, in how many years will you be able to raise $2 million? Ladies and gentlemen, $2 million by bank exchange rates today are roughly 750 million. 750 million naira should, in a good world, be enough for you to build about 24 houses. Why am I particular about 12 to 24 houses? I'm particular because for you to become financially free, I will need you to have passive income coming for you every month. So if you have 12 houses and your first house is given to a tenant in January, second house in March, second house in February, March, like that, in February, March, April, guess what happens? In a year, if each house is fetching you 2 million naira as rent or 1 million naira as rent, it means you're getting 1 million naira per month, whether you work or not, coming in for you. Now, building 12 houses is something you want to do. It's going to cost you averagely 40, 50 million naira to build the kind of house that can give you a rent of 2 million naira. So if your house is going to cost you 40 million and you want to build 12 of them, you're going to need 480. If you're going to build 24, you're going to need much more. So let's say, for example, you're building the houses with 50 million naira to test, and you want to build 12 of them, that's 600 million. How long will it take you to save this? Now, if you have worked for 10 years and you have assets worth 100 million, it means that it's going to take you another 10 years times 6 to get to 600 million. So your answer will be, it will take you 60 years. If you have worked for 20 years and you have been able to create asset base of 300 million, it means it's going to take you another 20 years to achieve the same, just linearly. So if it's going to take you, how long will it take you to make $2 million available to build 12 houses, counting from today? Will it take you 0 to 5 years? Then your answer is 1, A1. Will it take you about 20 years? Then your answer is A2. Not based on faith, based on how you are progressing today, based on the number of years you have worked and the number of years it has taken to get to where you are now. If it's going to take you over 30 years, write down A3. If the answer is too big to be contained in any of these answers, it means your answer is like 60 years, 80 years, 100 years. The answer is scary. Then your answer is A4. None of the above. Okay? Now, if just write your answer in your book. If you are done with that question, just say done. If you're done with that question, just type done and I will progress. Write the answer in your book. Don't reveal yourself. Don't worry. It's fine. This is based on how much you have earned today. So if you have already gotten to 700 million, 0 to 5 years. If you are still far from there, 20 years. It's going to take 20 years, write 20 years. If based on how you have progressed today, it's going to take you more time, write it there. If it's none of the above, be honest with yourself, because if you have not checked yourself correctly, you will not get the right answers. You know, this is like a game of golf. I tell people in golf, you have the high privilege of scoring yourself. Nobody's scoring you. You be the judge. So judge yourself. So the second question says, how many streams of income do you earn? How many streams of income do you currently earn? If you earn over 5 streams, meaning you are earning income from real estate, you are earning income from, that you have a huge value of you have a business that is automated, that's fetching you income, you are driving a business, you still collect a salary, you have over 5 streams of income, B1. You have 2 to 4 streams of income, that's B2. You have 1 stream of income, you have a job and it pays you and you don't have any extra income, that's B3. You have no income stream, you're currently unemployed, you're not earning any value, you're looking forward to your opportunity, that is B4. B4. Okay, B4. If you are done, just type in that window box, be done. Be done. Be done. Florence Akoriri says B5. What is B5? B5 would mean not only do I have no income, I'm owing people. Okay, so just write be done, be done, be done, be done, be done. Okay, I'm trying to wait for everybody. Okay, good. I observe it's a mistake. Please do this correctly. I have over 5 streams of income, that's B5, B1. I have 2 to 4, that's B2. I have 1 stream of income, that's B3. I have no stream of income, that's B4. Question number C. Good. Question number C. Which of these resources do you leverage to make more money? Which leverage are you currently enjoying? You have a C1. I have over 500 people working for me. I have 500 people working for me. That's C1. I have $300,000 in investments. That's roughly about 100 million naira. I have this in investments and it's yielding me some kind of dividend or some kind of bonuses. I have this volume of business. That's C2. I currently exchange my time for money. I'm exchanging my time for money. That is C3. Okay. And none of the above, that will be C4, meaning I'm not earning from any of these values. I cannot relate with any of theirs. Everybody else says C4. So C1 means I have 500 people employed that are working for me. If they're not employed and it's a business you're doing, then you have 500 people that are plugged in and turned on. And then if I have over $300,000 in investments, that means I'm C2. If I exchange my time for money, meaning I break sweat to earn, that's C3. If I'm not really earning from any of the above, that's C4. If you are done, write C done. If you're done, write C done. Write C done, C done, C done, C done, C done. Okay, let's go to the next question. D. Question D says, which of these terms describe best how you earn income? Which of these terms describe best how you earn income? Option 1 says, I earn income passively. I don't do any activity. I'm currently in retirement. I stay at home. I do nothing. I watch TV and read newspapers, and all my money comes in checks, comes as dividends, comes as, my banker calls me and says I have money to collect. That's how I earn. All passive, no activity. That is D1. D2 says mostly active, but some passive income, meaning I have shares, I have businesses. Please do not count yourself as B2 if these businesses do not yield more than $200 on a monthly basis as your profit. If it does this, then you are 2 truly, meaning mostly active income, but some passive income that still makes sense. If you are earning active income alone, then you are you're number 3. If you're earning active income alone, then you're number 3. And then if you are dependent on somebody else, that's 4. So D1, D2, D3, D4, you have the options. Click your answer, put your answer there. Click, write your answer and write D done if done. D done when done. Sandra Okorie, well done. So D done means you have your answer already. It's either D1, D2, D3, or D4. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, there's no use pretending to yourself today. It is good to be brutally honest with yourself today so that you can change your lot, you can change where you are, and you can begin to gun for something more meaningful and better. Okay, so give yourself the hard knocks today so that tomorrow can be better. The last but not least question, question E, says, how old are you? If you're between 20 and 30, you score E1. If you're between 30 and 40, you score E2. If you're between 40 and 50, you score E3. If you're between 50 and 70, you score E4. Okay? E1, E2, E3, E4. How old are you? How old are you? This basically is an indication saying if you are young, you still have time on your side. If you are old, you need to act with urgency. If you are middle age, you are smack dab on the time you should be in here for. You need to maximize this opportunity and drive, because guess what? Financial freedom is possible. You just need to know what you're doing, know where you're going, be guided in that tour, and you can make it happen. So if you're done, write E done. Excellent. E done. Now you have one more assignment for me before I call it quits today. Look at the numbers you have written down for A, for B, for C, for D, for E. Look at those numbers right now and add those numbers together. All the 3, all the 2, all the 1, all the 4, add them together. Add all the numbers, all the A, B, C, D, E, the numbers beside them, add it together and let's know what your score is. So this is the score I want to know. Add it together. What have you scored? Add it together and show your scores. Okay, show your scores. Good. Somebody has 14. Somebody has 13. God's time. Chamela has 14. I can see 18. Okay. I can see 12 from Queen Winnie. I can see Cam 14. I can see 15 from Foluke Taiwo. I can see Amara Arinze 16. I can see Mirabel 11. I can see Chani 11. I can see Chinwigboy Ogboye 9. I can see Fast and Furious Billionaires 11. I can see Ebere Chukwu Chubuike 8. I can see the work Adejoye 13. I can see Emmanuel Moki 12. Sydney Brown, I can see 13. Okay, excellent. I can see all those numbers, lovely numbers. Let me tell you what those numbers mean very quickly tonight as we gradually come to a close. Now, if you score less than 8, it means you are doing well, you need minimal help, and at this stage, you should collaborate with me in helping others. High probability you're operating transparently with your spouse, high probability you're living already financially intelligently, high probability you're doing things and working well and pushing in the right direction. Okay, so if you're scoring less than 8, I haven't seen anybody less than 8. I've seen somebody on 8, so a very cheap week, it means you're not doing badly. If you're scoring yourself fairly and well, you just need a little bit of touch to ensure that you can get things going in the proper direction. But you're not doing badly at all. If you scored between 8 and 10, it means you need a coach fast. Okay, you have potentials of making it, and you need leverage. And I put here spouse because part of the people I always like to talk to, I like to get people to carry each other along, carry their partners along in what they are driving. Birds don't fly with one wing. You fly better in good company. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're between 8 and 10, it means you need a coach fast. You need help. You have potentials to make it. If you scored higher than 10, ladies and gentlemen, it signals danger. Okay, your heart rate, your financial meter is clicking blip, 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 blip. You need urgent attention, and you must be willing to shut up, listen, and do. You must be ready to listen to instructions and follow instructions. Don't go to your mentor asking for terms and conditions. Okay, for you, financial intelligence paradigm shift is compulsory. Understanding the foundations is necessary. Okay, don't go to your mentor asking for terms and conditions. Whatever they ask to do, so far as ethical and legitimate, do it. Learn to follow a system. Transparency about your current reality and getting help will save your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what the score sheet is. It basically gives us an idea of exactly where we are today and the moves that we need to change. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how do we get from this 13, 13, 12, 12, 11, 7, 17, and horrible, scary numbers that we currently are on? It's very simple. Where we need to get to is a place where we begin to understand this is what I need to begin to do. This is how I need to shift my mindset. This is how I need to correct my goal. Many of us have financial goals that are not correct. Okay, so we need to begin to alter our goals. We need to tell ourselves, what I want to achieve is not security. What I want to achieve is freedom. What does freedom mean? How do I achieve freedom? How do I ensure that my income is exceeding my living expenses? And what do I do with the balance to begin to structure my life towards freedom? I can see somebody saying, ouch. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, yes, Oluwa is really involved and he will help us. But ladies and gentlemen, you need to know where you are, and somebody needs to be honest with you to shock you from where you are, to say, look, you have been living like a financial moron, and I'm sorry. Okay, somebody says a lunatic is somebody who does the same thing over and over again and is expecting a different result. If we're going to get different results, it's because we made certain changes. And Charles Tambo is here with me. He made certain changes. He has structured his life in certain ways, and he's reaping the benefit of it, and is enjoying a stable life on the account of it today because he's made the necessary moves. You also can do the same. So if you're hearing this before you made a windfall, I celebrate you. It means your best days are ahead. If you have made your windfall already and you are hearing this, it's not over yet. It means you can regroup, regather yourself, and begin to set the right targets and begin to gun for where you should go. Tomorrow, we'll take it further and we'll talk about the paradigms that we need to talk about and the paradigms we need to shift. Over to you, Boss Charles Tambo. I will take a few questions. I think I'm available to take a few questions before we call it quits tonight.
This is mind-boggling as usual. This is mind-blowing. If your bum is hot, you are fired up. I want you to drop 111. If your brain is cracking, thinking about what you need to do now to get out of your financial mess, you need to drop some emoji for our guest speaker today. I hope you got value. If you got value, drop those emoji. Drop it. Thank you very much, the boss, for this. The more I listen to this, the more I see ways I need to improve on my finances. And so What are your questions, guys? We have few more minutes, let's say 5 minutes to 10 minutes with our boss. So ask your questions now quickly, because I know he's a very busy man. He's if not because of the relationship we've had, I don't think we'll be having this time together. So please, guys, ask your questions quickly. Deep questions. What are those things that are disturbing you now as a result of this training? So ask them now. Charlie said, questions for tomorrow. You want to get it all, huh? This training, let me tell you guys, this training is a course on its own. It's not something you can do for 2 days. This is just a, is it prelim? You know, when you go to school, you go to prelim. It's a prelim to what is coming ahead. You know, you just need to hear it and see how you can attend the full training. We'll be having the full training in October. And so full updates will be coming up tomorrow, because the other Disrupt class, Disrupt 1.0, Disrupt 2.0, they are waiting for that full training. Their head is hot. So we have 4 parts. I think it's 5 parts to the training. We have the foundation, that is almost a week training. Then we have other parts of it. So I'm going to announce it tomorrow, guys, so that you know more, and so many other training. So if you have any question now, just ask. Then tomorrow you can ask whatever you want to ask. Raise up your hand. We have Sarah Uche. Unmute yourself. Turn on your video.
Hello. Chineke.
What's Chineke? You can't turn on your video? Okay, let's hear from you. Sarah? Sarah's gone. Anyone else?
She says she can't.
Okay. She can't. You can't. So let's hear from you if you can't. If you have something to ask, just ask. Unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, boss. Good evening, sir. Thank you.
You can't show your video.
My video, I don't have lights. Like, we don't have lights, and everywhere is very dark, so you're not going to see me. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Thank you, boss.
That's why you need this course, so that you can have your own transformer in your house.
No, I'll have my own inverter. I don't need transformer.
Yeah, that's the transformer I'm talking about. You have your own lights. Continue.
Okay. Thank you for this section. Actually, was it last week someone was discussing something related to this, and this was the very first time that was the very first time I heard someone map out what I want to earn in 30 days, and he was showing me he was able to earn over 500,000 naira in, like, he mapped it out every day. Okay, the plan was 10K per day, and this is somebody that is also looking for work, like a youth like us. So I was wowed. I was like, is this possible? And then he said yes, and I want you to do something like that. Now, that was a challenging task for me, because my brain has not tilted towards that direction. So I was imagining, okay, if you were to do something like that, what can you do for those 30 days? Because he's actually doing some things, rendering courses and all of that, to be giving him such kind of money every day, and they're all legal. Okay, he runs some jobs part-time and full time. I know this question is actually out of the what we are discussing, but I believe a little light can help me, because I really would love to do something of that nature. Okay, that's just what I want to say. Because, okay, what I concluded was, in order for someone to do something like this, the person has to find something he or she is good at, number one, and then whether you like it or not, like if you're paid or not, you should be able to be doing such thing. Okay, so If you find joy in what you're doing.
I'm not getting you. I'm not getting you. I don't know
Okay,
if the boss is getting what you're saying.
what I'm trying to say is there a way? What are the best possible ways for someone to map out how to be getting cash daily? Let me put it that way, in a simplified way, to avoid all the stories.
Okay, let me just help you with some perspective.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So making money is not difficult. Making money is really all about solving problems. But making money, I tell people a very simple illustration. If you give your child ice cream, yeah, and your child collects the ice cream, and then uses the ice cream to paint their dress and paint the chair and messes up the whole living room with the ice cream. And then you come back, you clean the child, you clean the floor, and you clean everywhere. And then the next day, you buy ice cream again. Will you give it to that child? Hello? Now, very likely, if that child is going to lick ice cream again, he will lick ice cream from your hand. You will hold the ice cream in your hand and you say, yeah, begin to lick. Why? Because you have seen that child cannot manage the ice cream. Now, what I'm saying to you is, we will talk about how to increase your income. What you're asking is an income. How do I increase my income? How do I earn more? We're talking right now about the foundational concept of realizing that where I want to end up in life is not a place where I'm asking myself, how can I be working and making daily money? What I want to be able to do in 30 years, in 20 years, in 5 years, in 10 years from now is how I can create a system today that ensures that whether I wake up or not in 10 years' time, whether I work or not, whether I'm analyzing what business opportunity exists or not, I want to create a system that ensures that I am earning passively every day or every month in the days to come. Now, what will grant me access to more finance is that whoever is in the universe offering me ice cream has seen that I have demonstrated capacity with coordinating and managing that ice cream well. If you gave one ice cream to the younger brother and you gave one to the elder brother, and the younger brother made a mess and the elder brother ate his own well, the next time you want to give the younger brother ice cream, you will give both ice creams to the elder brother, and you say when you finish licking your own, hold for your brother to earn. People who deserve to earn more are the people who have learned the disciplines of money and have learned to organize and manage it well so that they can be entrusted with more, even the one that belongs to other people. So what you want to do is create a system. So if you're looking for what to do to earn money daily, I'm sure you'll get plenty of ideas. I'm sure there are other parts of this course that will teach you, you can do this, there are things you can do to earn plenty of money. For me, money is about solving problems. I don't think there's never a problem with any money. You just need to look for what problems people have around you. Okay, if you carry a car now and you go to a place where they are crowded, they will enter the car and you will carry them. You have made money. If you want to make money from the taxi driver, you can make 10,000 naira per day. Just look for where they are hungry for transportation and go there. If you want to be making rice, don't make rice for people that are full. Look for where they are hungry people, where they have been starving them for the past few hours. Offer them food. Everybody will buy from you, so that money is solving problems. But what we're talking about here is, how do I build for 5 years? How do I build for 10 years? How do I create a reality where I can be free financially? Now, many people will work till they die because they never thought about it ahead. So that's what we're talking about.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. That it's clear now. Well understood. Thank you, sir.
So we have from the training, we have people who are making money even every day, every second, and still they are not financially intelligent. And so what we are trying to help you out here is to make you guys see Even if you are making money, where is your money going? Where is it going to? Is the money going? Know where your money is going to, because it's a choice. Are you building for freedom, or are you building for scarcity later on?
Albert,
unmute yourself.
I think. Good evening. I think okay. I think my question is partly answered. I was going to ask, is there hope for a 16 and above scorer? Because it's really scary for one to be for one to be thinking you are on course and you are here scoring about 16 and above. It's, for me, it's scary. Is there really hope for such a person?
Okay. There's hope. There's hope.
There's hope.
There's hope. There's hope for a tree that is cut halfway. At the scent of the water, it will sprout again. There's hope. So I tell people there's no how far from the city you are that you cannot get to London. If you are living in Sapele, or if you are living in Inyonfoworogi, or you are living in Shekona. From Shekona, there's a village in Osun State called Shekona. If you want to go to London, Shekona is very far. But from Shekona, you can still get to London. You only need to know where you are. From Shekona, come out to Osun State. Come out to Oshogbo. From Oshogbo, get to Ibadan. From Ibadan, get to Lagos. From Lagos, get to the airport. Get your visa and then go to London. So it doesn't matter that your marks, your scores are bad. It's about knowing, what do I now need to do? What do I need to change? What do I need to start doing differently? How can I begin to earn extra income? How can I begin to channel my resources in the right place? How can I begin to build for the future? How can I begin to plan for a day when my energy will not be the same? So once you get the guidelines on what to do, and you have someone prodding you along the journey saying, how far? This is year 1. Are we on track? Year 2, are we on track? Year 3, are we on track? Year 5, have you arrived? Have you gotten there? Is it looking better? What do you need to do at this point? What are the 9 cardinal points you need to reach? 1 to 9, where are you on that journey? Have you gotten to Lagos? Have you gotten to the airports? Do you have a passport? Do you have a visa? Have you boarded the flight? Is the flight taking off? etc. So you can know where you are and you know where you're going.
Same question I asked some few years ago. That's the question you are asking. So if there's hope, there's full hope. It's especially in the platform you are now. If you keep on doing massive activity, doing the activity, you surely get to that level where you help others. So there's more to it. There's more that we're going to learn. Favor, that's the final question we're going to take for today. Favor, unmute yourself.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it, sir. I want to also thank Mr. Adeyemi for the training he has given on financial independence and checkout on this class. But there's something you said that actually got my attention, and that reminded you I watched like a week ago. Now I was talking about, don't dwell on passive income, but dwell on leverage income. I don't know if you're hearing me, sir.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me. Okay. You said dwell on passive income only, but dwell on leverage income. That the richest people in the world, according to us, actually saying that leverage generate more income for the successful people like you. So I was really, really confused. I thought about it, and so I said, like, this opportunity is a right opportunity for me to ask, what way do you think is actually going to generate money? Because I've seen some real estate agent people who invested into real estate who sit back in their house and they're getting more money. That is passive income. When we talk about leverage income, how does that have to come into play? That's my question.
Okay. So let me help you marry it so that you can see it clearly. So once you begin to understand how to play the financial game, leverage is crucial. Leverage means, how do I achieve more with little? Leverage means, how do I use other people's time, other people's resources, other people's money? How do I use what is not available to me to increase the value of what I have? And if you're playing the money game, it's all about leverage. So even the passive income you want to create your passive income on the back of what has leverage. And I'll give you an example. So let's look at real estate. Real estate, if you buy a house and you are getting rent from the house, that's linear. Okay? Leverage there is when you buy this house linearly and you're getting rent from there, and you now take this house, use it as collateral, borrow money on this house, and then use the money you have borrowed to create another house. That's what you have used to create that second house, is leverage.
Okay.
Now, when you use this leverage to create the house and you put a tenant in the house, and you can use this tenant to pay the mortgage on the house and pay the interest on the mortgage and still have a little balance left for you, then that money you are earning as passive income from that particular house is leveraged income. When this house gets to be paid, and then in 2 years, when the house rent hasn't been fully paid, but this house has appreciated in value, and you go back to the bank and say, bank, help me reevaluate this house. It's as if the house is not more valuable, and I am wanting to collect money on the extra it has gained and use that extra value to go and do something else. That's still leverage. Now, every asset category that will generate passive income for you averagely still has a leverage opportunity in it. So intelligence is not only about earning the passive income that comes from it, but understand in what ways can I leverage this to multiply my value.
Okay.
So one of the beauties of building a business is the businesses offer leverage. There's how much I can do by myself. But if I hire 30 people, the 30 people, their salaries are fixed, but the value they can create can be more. So I can enjoy leverage. If I'm building a team and I work so hard to grow my team and grow people in my organization, when I'm training them and I'm putting all the energy in, I'm imputing a lot of investment in that development. But once they get it, they grab it, they do it second level, third level, and we get to bedrock, guess what I've created? I've created leverage as well, because now I don't need only my effort again, the effort of others can combine. So it's not either or, okay? It's and. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I want to say, use this opportunity to say thank you to my boss, my very, very own boss. Really, this class has really added a lot of value to my life. Actually caused a disrupt in my mind. Like, there are a lot of things I've actually known. In fact, this is a school of its own, university of its own, not just a. Say thank you so much, boss, because I have a lot of results just this week. I've been in these classes. And God continue to invest wisdom and idea to your life. Thank you so much. I really
Thank God. So guys, thank you very much, the boss, for your time. We are so grateful for this opportunity to come learn draw water from your fountain. We are water. So thank you very much for the opportunity, sir. And guys,